Jackson Newland is the winner of the Jesse Mackay Prize for his debut collection, I Am a Human Being. The opening piece makes an ironic tone for the rest of the characters, which sounds adorably acceptable. The start makes a humorous style throughout the book. It might create a confessional tone. The protagonist's journey starts with a significant challenge, while the opening is excellently kept with a lot of space. Jackson Newland is the winner of the Jesse Mackay Prize for his debut collection, I Am a Human Being. The opening piece makes an ironic tone for the rest of the characters, which sounds adorably acceptable. The start makes a humorous style throughout the book. It might create a confessional tone. The protagonist's journey starts with a significant challenge, while the opening is excellently kept with a lot of space. Jackson Newland is the winner of the Jesse Mackay Prize for his debut collection, I Am a Human Being. The opening piece makes an ironic tone for the rest of the characters, which sounds adorably acceptable. The start makes a humorous style throughout the book. It might create a confessional tone. The protagonist's journey starts with a significant challenge, while the opening is excellently kept with a lot of space. Jackson's poetry collection, I Am a Human Being, might be by listing the titles of all poems so the reader can catch the essential thesis of the whole book. However, the poem's purpose might be vague and challenging because it is a genuinely complex life story. Nevertheless, the characteristic metaphors surprisingly comfort the reader, effectively start up the conflicts, and even implicitly demonstrate his title, I Am a Human Being, and the contents already show the conflicts. Jackson presented, I am an egg, a tree, a beaver, I am a bear, I am a dog, I am a bottomless pit, I am a skyscraper, and I am a mermaid. In addition, I am a clock, and I am a careers advisor. As the reader expects the return to the human world, the careers advisor dramatically pursues a professional panda impersonator. It might be shocking for the reader because the speaker claimed, because I'm already a panda and no one will pay him to impersonate this poem is the figurative techniques. Jackson provides vivid pictures that start with a baby who seemed immensely struggling from birth. The first piece of I Am an Egg actually ends, soon I will shatter, and everything will scatter like ashes. Soon I will be a broken thing. It seems like the tone of a baby. Still, it also creates several conflicts, and the speaker implicitly paves the way for many rest metaphors. Jackson creates a terrific plot that hides many more characters through anthropomorphism and personification by animals and non-living things, such as a tree and an egg. The figurative description naturally gushes out while the imagery is created intensively. I have been a tree in every dimension so far, but I know that I will drop into a universe where I'm something else one day. A fireman or a unicorn or a bottomless pit. It can be challenging for the readers to figure out the imagery through various literary techniques. The second aspect to note is about confessional style, which successfully attracts viewers through the adorable characters. The poems explore the theme of the speaker's narrative. Each metaphor in the poem might present a perspective. The speaker illustrates something the poet seeks, which gives a deep impression of the writer's living environment. Jackson uses metaphors and personification to demonstrate that the speaker is born from surroundings filled with contradictions. Many characters the poet created are simple but powerful, making the readers unable to neglect their struggling life. Furthermore, some of these few lines give a perfect guideline of the whole book despite the fulfillment of metaphors with needy further explanations. Jackson's style indeed brings in-depth cognition to him. It highlights his intelligence through intelligent metaphors. Through poetic devices, the readers can feel his fundamental principles, such as perfect imagery and fictional conflicts. Jackson makes all the poems start from a metaphor by titles. Then the metaphorical characters start playing personification or anthropomorphism. For example, in I Am a Mermaid, the mermaid guides were touring their home, which can be a luxurious underwater palace. The most anthropomorphic depiction is the mermaid claiming their family history. I'm not half human, half fish. My mother was a dolphin, and my father was a centaur, and my father's mother was an angel, and my father's father was a unicorn. Later, Jackson presented another poem titled I Am a Unicorn. So naturally, Jackson makes a confessional poem. He created many elements to show the poet's autobiography with rich episodes. The aspect is to note the emblematic imagery. The poet employs the imagery to trigger the emotional concerns in readers who might wonder whether the writer will start comfortably with a poem or a novel. Euphemistically refers to the growing up of the poet's childhood. A beaver symbolizes a baby. A bear symbolizes a toddler. The life journey starts and the truth of the poet's complex life. The accumulative metaphor creates the emblematic image, although the confessional style communicates effectively between the writer and the reader. Jackson might set up a long poetic contemplation of life throughout the book. The first piece of this book starts with the strong voice of the children, then grows up a complex life. Even the poet might compose several vivid pictures, while the imagery can show the diversity of the poet's life. The traumatic part portrayed more transparently in I Am a Liar and I Am a Self-Portrait. The very first metaphor of the poet is a tree. The poet intentionally makes an intensively short piece, saying, "My bark is worse than my bite," which expresses an image of a baby. The impact can be huge because of the simple contradiction. How can the poet personate a tree with barking and biting? Still, the writer catches the readers with another tree. Furthermore, at the end of the first real piece, the speaker claimed that I have been a tree in every dimension so far. It might be unnoticed that tiny objects like a tree start growing by being assigned a voice, but I know that one day I will drop into a universe where I'm something else. A fireman or a unicorn or a bottomless pit. In fact, before the sincere voice of a fireman, the poet provides some childish voices of a dog, a beaver, and several bears. The emblematic metaphor as an ideal setting starts from the very beginning and shows a summary of the book. Then, the euphemisms of anthropomorphism and personification refer to the childhood and adulthood of the poet by portraying various characters. Way to